Alright, let's dive into something that hits home for so many of us over 60. You sit down to a meal you're sure is healthy, maybe a bowl of yogurt with fruit, a hearty breakfast with eggs and milk, or a nice lunch with rice and a banana. For dessert, you're expecting to feel energized, ready to tackle your day. Maybe even hit the gym or take a walk, but instead you feel sluggish, bloated, maybe even a little foggy. You lean back in your chair, wondering, wasn't this supposed to be good for me? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. So many of us are eating what we think are the right foods, but the wrong combinations, and here's the kicker, those pairings could be quietly working against the very thing we're trying to support, our muscle health. Now, I'm not talking about junk food or sneaking a late-night donut. I'm talking about everyday foods we all love: eggs, milk, fruit, yogurt that we eat thinking we're doing our bodies a favor, but when combined the wrong way, they can stress your digestion, block nutrient absorption, and even mess with your blood sugar, sabotaging your muscle repair. After 60, our bodies get pickier. What worked in our 40s or 50s might now leave us feeling heavy, tired, or worse. Slow down the strength and stamina we need to stay independent. The good news? These mistakes are simple to fix. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 surprising food combos that might be holding you back from rebuilding muscle the way you want. You'll learn what to avoid, what to do instead, and why these small tweaks can make a huge difference. Stick with me until the end, because the final combo is one almost every senior makes without realizing how much it impacts muscle recovery, especially if you're trying to stay active, trim down, or just feel more alive after meals. Before we jump in, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever felt wiped out after a healthy meal? Maybe your legs feel heavier than they should, even though you're eating well. Drop your story in the comments. I read everyone, and I bet others will relate. Alright, let's get started with a breakfast combo so many of us love, but it might be doing more harm than good. 1. The protein-packed breakfast overload. Picture this, it's morning. You're ready to start your day strong, so you whip up a classic breakfast. Maybe it's a couple of boiled eggs, a glass of milk, and a slice of cheese or some ham on toast. Sounds like a muscle-building powerhouse, right? Protein on protein on protein, perfect for keeping strong as we age. But here's the problem no one tells you. Piling too many high-protein foods into one meal, especially animal proteins like eggs, milk, and meat, can backfire big time. After 60, your digestion isn't what it used to be. Your stomach produces less acid, your intestines absorb nutrients more slowly, and heavy meals take longer to process. When you load up on dense proteins all at once, like eggs plus milk plus cheese, your digestive system gets overwhelmed. Instead of soaking up those amino acids your muscles need to repair and grow, your body struggles to break them down. The result? Bloating, gas, or that heavy, tired feeling after eating. It's like trying to burn a huge pile of logs on a tiny campfire. Your digestion just can't handle it all, so some of those nutrients go to waste. I was chatting with my friend Tom, a 67-year-old retired firefighter who's still active and loves his morning routine. He used to start his day with eggs, a glass of milk, and a slice of cheddar on toast. He'd feel sluggish by 10 a.m., like he needed a nap. I thought I was just getting old. He told me, but it wasn't age, it was his breakfast. We made a small tweak. He kept the eggs but swapped the milk and cheese for some sautéed veggies and a handful of berries. Within days, he felt lighter, more energized, and his workouts felt stronger. Research backs this up. Studies show that healthy seniors can only efficiently absorb about 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Any more than that often gets stored as fat or excreted, not used by your muscles. So that protein-packed breakfast might feel like a win, but it's not doing what you think. What to do instead? Spread your protein out. Try eggs in the morning, some chicken or beans at lunch, and maybe fish or yogurt at dinner. This gives your body a steady stream of amino acids it can actually use without overloading your digestion. It's not about eating less protein, just being smarter about when you eat it. Your muscles will thank you and you'll feel the difference. 2. Calcium supplements with iron-rich meals. Next up is a mistake so many of us make, especially if we're taking supplements to stay strong. Calcium is a big one. Most seniors take it for bone health, and that's super important. But here's the catch. If you're popping a calcium pill right before a meal packed with iron-rich foods like spinach, lentils, or beef, you could be blocking one of the most critical nutrients for your muscles. Iron is what carries oxygen in your blood. It fuels your muscles, keeps your brain sharp, and fights the constant tired feeling. But calcium and iron compete for the same absorption channels in your gut. When you take them together, calcium wins, pushing iron aside. Studies show calcium can cut iron absorption by up to 50% when consumed at the same meal. That's a big deal, especially if you're already low on energy or at risk for anemia. I saw this firsthand with my neighbor Linda, a 70-year-old who loves gardening. She was eating iron-rich foods like spinach salads and lean beef, but she kept feeling weak and out of breath after short walks. Turns out, she was taking her calcium supplement with lunch and dinner. We moved her calcium to mid-morning away from meals, and within a few weeks, she was back to tending her roses with more pep in her step. What to do instead? Time your supplements wisely. Take calcium between meals, maybe mid-morning or before bed. If you're eating iron-rich foods like red meat or leafy greens, skip dairy like cheese or milk at that meal, since they're high in calcium too. These small shifts let your body absorb both nutrients properly, giving your muscles the oxygen and energy they need to stay strong. 3. Yogurt with sour fruits. No. Let's talk about a combo that looks and tastes amazing but might be causing trouble. Yogurt with sour fruits like pineapple, kiwi, or oranges. It's a go-to for so many of us. A creamy bowl of yogurt topped with vibrant fruit feels light, healthy, and perfect for a snack or breakfast. But for some, especially after 60, this pairing can leave your gut feeling like it's throwing a tantrum. Yogurt is packed with probiotics which are great for digestion, but it's also dairy and it needs a stable, low-acid environment to digest properly. When you add sour fruits high in natural acids like citrus or pineapple, you change the stomach's environment. The acidity can make yogurt curdle faster, ferment in your gut, and lead to bloating, gas, or even acid reflux. As we age, our digestive enzymes slow down, so this combo can hit harder than it used to. I remember my Aunt Clara, who's 69 and loves her morning yogurt bowls. She'd top her Greek yogurt with orange slices and kiwi, thinking it was the perfect healthy start. But she kept complaining about a bloated, uncomfortable feeling afterward. We switched her to sweeter, low-acid fruits like ripe bananas and blueberries, and it was like night and day, no more bloating, and she felt lighter all morning. What to do instead? Pair yogurt with gentle, low-acid fruits. Ripe bananas are great. They're easy on the stomach and packed with potassium, which supports muscle function. Steamed apples, soft pears, or a handful of berries work well too. You're not giving up. Yogurt or fruit, just choosing pairings that make your gut happy and your muscles stronger. For tea or coffee with mineral-rich meals, this one might sting a little because it's so common. Sipping tea or coffee with your meals. That morning cup of coffee or afternoon tea feels like a ritual, right? But if you're drinking them during or right after a meal packed with iron or zinc like eggs, beans, or red meat, you could be robbing your body of nutrients your muscles need. Tea and coffee contain compounds like tannins and caffeine that bind to minerals like iron and zinc in your gut, making them harder to absorb. Research shows tea can reduce iron absorption by 60 to 70% when consumed with a meal. Zinc, which is crucial for muscle repair and immune health, takes a hit too. So that healthy breakfast of eggs and spinach washed down with coffee, your body might not be getting the full benefit. My buddy Mike, a 71-year-old who loves his black coffee, used to sip it with every breakfast. He was eating well eggs, whole grain toast, even some sardines, but he felt tired all the time. When he started waiting an hour after breakfast for his coffee, his energy levels perked up, and he even noticed his workouts felt easier. What to do instead? Give your meals some breathing room. Wait 45 to 60 minutes after eating before enjoying your tea or coffee. If you want a warm drink with your meal, try warm water with a splash of lemon or a caffeine-free herbal tea like chamomile. These won't block nutrient absorption and still feel cozy. Your muscles will get more of the iron and zinc they need to repair and keep you strong. 5. Sweet fruits with starchy carbs is the final combo, and it's one so many of us make without thinking twice, pairing sweet fruits like bananas, mangoes, or grapes with starchy foods like rice, bread, or noodles. It feels so wholesomer. Bowl of rice with grilled fish and a banana for dessert, or maybe a sandwich with an apple on the side. But this pairing can quietly sabotage your muscle recovery, especially after 60. When you eat sweet fruits and starchy carbs together, you're hitting your body with a double dose of fast-digesting carbs. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar, triggering a big insulin surge. Insulin helps regulate blood sugar, but too much at once can cause muscle building and shift your body into fat storage mode. That means less support for muscle repair, more fatigue, and even a tougher time losing belly fat. I saw this with my cousin Sarah, a 65-year-old who loves her healthy lunches. She'd have rice, veggies, and a mango for dessert, thinking it was the perfect meal. But she always felt sleepy and heavy afterward. We tried a simple tweak. She ate her fruit an hour before lunch or as an afternoon snack instead. Within a week, she was less bloated, had steadier energy, and even noticed her pants fitting a bit better. What to do instead? Give your body time to process one fuel source at a time. Eat sweet fruits on their own, ideally on an empty stomach, so your body can absorb their vitamins and antioxidants efficiently. If you're having a starchy meal, wait at least an hour before eating fruit, or have the fruit first and let it settle before your rice or bread. This keeps your blood sugar stable and your muscles in repair mode. Wrapping it up, so there you have it, 5 food combos that might be quietly holding you back from the strength and energy you're working so hard for. The beautiful thing is, you don't need to overhaul your entire diet. You're already doing so much right, choosing real foods, caring about your health, staying curious. These are just small refinements, little acts of kindness to your body. Your body, even at 60, 70, or beyond, is still fighting for you every day. It wants to stay strong, keep you moving, and help you live the life you love. All it needs is a little help pairing foods in a way that supports your digestion, boosts nutrient absorption, and fuels your muscles. Maybe you move your calcium supplement to mid-morning. Maybe you save your coffee for after breakfast settles. Or maybe you enjoy that banana before your rice instead of after. These aren't big sacrifices, they're choices that say, I want to feel my best. I'm not done yet. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What's one food combo you're going to try tweaking? Or have you noticed any of these pairings affecting how you feel? Your story might inspire someone else, so don't be shy. If you found this helpful, give the video a like and consider subscribing for more tips to help you feel stronger, clearer, and more energized every day. Until next time, take care of yourself gently, consistently, and with heart.